So we really need to find a way to get a hold of a situation like that and make sure that the kids feel welcome, they're okay, the parents can trust the situation. I can't even imagine just coming to this country and dropping your kid off at one of these schools that looks like it's going to like fall down tomorrow. And then you got to go to work. It's like, okay, good luck getting through your day.
Hope the roof doesn't fall.
Yeah, like that should not be in our situation. You know,
where do you begin? Like, where do you begin to take that apart and try to figure out what the solutions are?
I think part of the solution, well, let's go to the problem. How about we go? What I think the problem might be is that we talk about what the school budget is, but I think a lot of it has to do with the state's pulled back a lot of the money, right? And they're no longer giving us the aid. And I don't think the state is actually helping with a lot of this infrastructure repair either. So when we talk about why is the budget so high for schools, well, when your buildings are on average 90 years old or whatever it is, you know how it's much more expensive to maintain a building like that than to build a new one, right? And we haven't built new schools in a while. So if the state's not going to help pay for those, absolute things that we need to repair as far as infrastructure goes, how's the Board of Ed going to get ahead on those things? They're not. They're going to be a constant state of, whack-a-mole. Fix this breaks, fix that. Oh, that's broken again. It's constant.
Right.
And I've seen it. It's constant. And I don't know that there's really a way around that right now. But I think we have to work closely with the superintendent of schools, maintenance, figure out if we can get on a schedule and really hold New Jersey State accountable for, hey, we're not getting what we need for this. And this is really a detriment to our kids.
Some buildings are beyond maintenance.
Some buildings are beyond
maintenance. they have expirations. There's only so long buildings can live.
Correct.
So if you're talking about a building has the sign on it says 1923, that's more than 100 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, that building is done. It's time for like a complete gut.
Right. Can you really upgrade the facilities?
I can't even think about, upgrading it, or you need a complete gut. You have to either gut it out or build a new building.
I'll give you an example.
And repurpose the building or something.
Something. You can keep the shell or something, whatever it is.
Right.
But I'll give you a good example of that, Ben, because I can tell you exactly why I ran for school board. That's an easy one for me. Back at PS 37, there was no air conditioning in the buildings, right? Which is a lot of schools. I don't think PS 5 still has air conditioning.
Really?
So.
Well, they probably have the window units. Those little.
No.
Not even that?
I think maybe some windows. So that's what we did at 37. So the parents got together and they said, can we raise money? Since there's no money for this, can we raise money to buy these air conditioners? And this is before I was on the board, right? And the district said, yes, you can absolutely do that. So we raised $40,000, $50,000. They bought all these air conditioners from, I think, Best Buy. They had some deal, right? They get them shipped into the building. They're in the building, physically in PS 37. And we're told, we don't have the electric to support this.
Oh, no.
And we were like, I'm sorry, excuse me.
That's what I'm talking about.
Excuse
me. You can't even.
Right. So I said, wait a minute. You guys totally duped us on this then. You said we could do this. No one checked this out first. We now spent this money. We bought these air conditioners, and they're now stored under the stairwell. And I had to look at them and I said, that's it.
Wow.
I said, if they're running this kind of issue like this is a direct ask from the parents. What else is going on over there? So at that point, I was just very angry. I was like, the classic, I'm going to be the angry parent who gets in there and shows them what to do.
After all that effort,
exactly.
You should be angry.
It was crazy, right?
Yeah.
So literally, I was there for 3 years. In my third year, they finally put them in. They had to send electricians. They had to rewire the entire building, provide more amps, obviously, and all that sort of stuff. They did it in my third year. It took me 2 years to get that done.
They probably had to spend another $50,000.
Oh, yeah. Oh, easily. I'm sure. I mean, probably more, if I remember correct, right? So those kinds of things make me crazy because parents were fed up with getting the whole, hey, it's hot. We're going to dismiss your kids at 12 o'clock today. I'm at work. I got a 2 o'clock meeting. I can't leave. Well, your kid has to get out at 12. So you got to figure out how to come get him because it's going to be 98 degrees later. We have no air conditioning. It's too hot. It's inhumane. You now need to leave your job.
Wow.
And that's still going on in other schools. There's other schools that are fighting to get air conditioners put in there and the same thing. But imagine this though, Ben. This was downtown. Parents were able to raise that money. There are neighborhoods that don't have that kind of money to say, I'm going to donate $400 to put it. I have that kind of money. Right. So what are they going to do? They're just going to have no air conditioning.
Yeah.
So that was the kind of thing that made me really say, if this is what's going on an issue that to me is low hanging fruit, yeah, go ahead, go get.
There are ways to. I mean, as you're talking, I'm thinking about many ways you can raise money for these schools, right? You have all this development happening in Jersey City, right?
Yes.
You know, developers are screaming for pilots, for example, right? Listen, give a guy a pilot and make them pay for the rehab
You got to do the give
school.
back. You got to do the give back. Hey, fix the auditorium. We'll help you out. Like stuff like that.
It's that simple.
You got to find easy ways to do this.
Yeah, you can trade, you know, trade. But I mean, look, I'm going to say it because we have editing skills here.
Yeah, please say what you got to say.
So I'm just going to say what I got to say, right?
Yeah.
Instead of taking campaign contributions, you know, trading for the people of the city.
Making
not you, but I'm saying that's what's going on today, right?
Because that's what should that's what should happen in lieu of.
Right, exactly. Not take campaign contributions,
right,
to run for higher office,
are used for you only and you only. Instead, make a deal and say, hey, look, we got to do something for these kids. These PS5. I'm gonna go when I go outside. I'm gonna look for air conditioners in the window. I don't think there's any there. I think that's one of the schools that still doesn't have any.
Right.
But we could do this everywhere.
You can do it everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yep.
And it's easy to do. These are the things I don't understand. This is what I call, and again, I'm still debating what I want to call my podcast, but one feature I want to call in there is going to be called like low-hanging fruit. And it's going to be like, here's easy stuff to solve.
Right.
Look at these problems and here are some solutions real quick. Why is it still a problem?
Yeah.
Right? To me, that's low-hanging fruit. You can definitely make it so that you can fix these problems.
I think these problems stem from just people thinking of themselves and not the public. That's all it is. There's some greed.
Always.
Right? You just have to have people thinking of people.
Yeah.
That's it.
I agree. And I think
the solutions are there. You know, if you have the goal in your mind that you want to help people, you'll find a way. There's always a way.
There's always a way.
Yeah. But if you're thinking about your pockets or yourself, there's a way, but there's a way for you.
Yeah, exactly. That's never.
And then everyone else suffers around you.
Right.
And that's what's happening.
Right.